They laughed at human weakness, then met our diplomats. I am Valix, envoy of the Triarch Dominion. My people thrive on strength, conquest, and the language of dominance. We laugh at weakness, for only the powerful deserve survival. So when humanity was admitted to the Galactic Council, we mocked them. Fragile frames, soft voices, a species from a violent but minor world. We expected warriors to impress us, generals to intimidate us. Instead, they sent diplomats. And that was our first mistake. 1. The arrival. The council chamber on Aurak's Prime glittered with power. Titans of warlike species lined the halls, armored delegates radiating menace. Into this den of predators walked the humans unarmed, dressed in simple cloth, their expressions calm. The chamber rippled with derision. The Draka hissed. The Vorlon rumbled laughter. My own people sneered. These are the new arrivals, the Vorlon delegate growled. Prey masquerading as statesmen. The humans only smiled, as though the mockery washed over them like rain. 2. The first session. The debate began with posturing. The Creel demanded tribute from frontier worlds. The Draka threatened war over trade routes. I myself spoke with veiled menace, expecting the humans to shrink, to beg for mercy. Instead, their lead diplomat, Ambassador Reyes, rose. A thin man, graying at the temples, voice soft. No one here will threaten our allies, he said. Laughter roared through the chamber. Did this fragile creature think he could order predators? But Reyes did not falter. His eyes were calm, steady. You may have larger fleets. You may have older empires. But humanity keeps its promises. We do not forget debts. And we do not abandon those under our protection. There was something in his tone, not boast, not threat, but certainty. For the first time, unease flickered through the chamber. 3. The turning point. The Creel tested them first. Pirates, funded by the Creel Armada, struck human colonies. Fragile prey, we thought, would break. Instead, human diplomats unleashed words sharper than blades. They presented evidence of the Creel's hand, exposing their schemes before the council. They rallied allies not with threats, but with promises, with reminders of debts, with appeals to honor. One by one, species turned against the Creel, not because of fear, but because of trust. And when the Creel threatened war, humans responded with fleets, smaller, yes, but commanded with terrifying cunning. The diplomats had bought them time. And with that time, the soldiers struck like lightning. 4. The private meeting. I once confronted Ambassador Reyes directly, seeking to rattle him. Do you not realize, I hissed, that you are weak? Your bones are brittle, your skin tears, your lives flicker short. Why do you defy us? He looked at me as if I were a child. His voice was gentle. You mistake fragility for weakness. Do you know what fragility teaches, Envoy Valix? Adaptation. Cooperation. Resolve. We don't fight alone. We never have. That is why we win. I had no answer. 5. The trial of honor. When the Vorlon challenged humanity's right to a council seat, the chamber expected humans to withdraw. No species had ever won such a trial. The trial was debate, hours of rhetoric, persuasion, political traps. Vorlon orators were famed for crushing opposition. Yet when the trial ended, the Vorlon fell silent. Because every argument they had made, the humans had twisted back on them. Every insult, every boast, every sneer turned into their undoing. The chamber erupted not in laughter, but in shock. Fragile humans had beaten titans at their own game. 6. The council's realization. The truth spread slowly, then like wildfire. Humans did not come to intimidate with muscles or weapons. They came with words, patience, and iron will. They remembered debts centuries old. They forged alliances with enemies. They turned mockery into silence. And behind their smiles, behind their diplomacy, we began to see something else. Something darker. A predator's patience. A hunter's cunning. The galaxy began to whisper, perhaps humanity's greatest warriors were not soldiers at all, but diplomats. 7. The revelation. The creel struck again, this time with open fleets. The council fractured until humanity moved. Their diplomats had already prepared the stage. Alliances locked into place like a trap snapping shut. Fleets rose in unison, worlds stood united, and the creel were crushed. Ambassador Reyes watched the council celebrate, his smile calm, almost sad. "You all thought us weak," he said to me quietly. "But the strongest blade is the one that never leaves its sheath until the right moment." And in that moment, I understood. 8. Reflection. We laughed at human weakness. We mocked their fragility. But we forgot that weakness teaches cunning, fragility breeds resilience, and diplomacy can wield armies sharper than any sword. I am Valix of the Triarch Dominion, and I will never again laugh at humanity. For I have seen the truth. They sent no generals, no conquerors. They sent diplomats. And through them, the galaxy trembles.